Well, on my watch it's 6 o'clock. We could have roll, please.
Opperly.
Here.
Barton. Betteridge.
Here.
Jones.
Here.
Shook.
Here.
Spar.
Here.
Warren.
Here.
Thank you. We have four.
Everybody had a chance to look at last month's minutes? There's no amendments. Do I hear a motion for approval?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve the minutes of March 24th as published. Second.
Jones.
Yes.
Shook.
Yes.
Spar.
Yes.
Warren.
Yes.
Betteridge.
Yes.
And Opperly.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. We're going to postpone case number 1403 till next month. So our next case is 14-04. Sam Pear is requesting a variance for a building addition at 133 South Main Street, Zone B2. The required rear setback is 6 feet. Requested variance is 6 feet will allow a setback of 0. The required side setback is 7'5". Requested variance is 7'5", will allow a setback of 0. Sam? Yeah, before we start, we just got a little.
Public hearing is being held tonight pursuant to published notice. Any person wishing to address the zoning board will be sworn in by our court reporter and give their testimony under oath or affirmation. At the conclusion of the public hearing, the zoning board of appeals will make its determination. 4 yes votes are required to obtain the approval of the zoning board. For a variation, the zoning board's task is to determine whether an applicant meets certain legal requirements. The variation procedure is not intended to evaluate whether a proposed variance is a good idea. The zoning board of appeals cannot grant a variance unless it finds that the evidence presented before it proves each of the required criteria contained in the village code and Illinois law. Among other factors, the zoning board considers whether hardship exists, which is unique to this parcel, which is caused by the zoning code and not by any person having an interest in the property. The board also considers the effect of the proposed variance on the public good and on neighboring properties. Unless the zoning board finds that all the required criteria is met based on the evidence presented, the zoning board cannot by law grant the applicant a variance.
Okay, Sam, step up to the podium. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm 0 for 2, so I don't need another strike.
Well, first I want to apologize for coming back and making you guys go through this again. I had requested this variance well over a year, and there were just a lot of changes going on with the past election and what was going to go on downtown, and I was a bit hesitant on proceeding with my plans. But we've got a lot of those things worked out. I kind of see what the future's holding down there, so I'd like to proceed. What I would tell you is, we're talking this line through here is where the building will come back to. I am in negotiations with the city on another land swap down there that, if all goes through, what I'm about to ask for tonight won't be needed because there will actually be an additional 15 feet off the back of that building. But we got to see that happen first. But I'm just trying to get the most out of the space there, take it up to the parking area there, and the total length is about 120, and we're going out 35 feet.
This is exactly like we had before?
Yes,
Same?
No, nothing changed. The only thing I will clarify, though, on that is before I gave you a much bigger building that went out even into this area.
Okay.
And that's now part of the swap. So that parking lot, the hope is that this parking lot can go straight on through.
Oh, okay.
And clean that up. So, and on top of that, instead of the whole 120 feet being able to be approved of and me be able to get a building permit, I won't be able to. I can only get half of it because I don't own the land yet for the other half. So instead of it being 120 feet, it's only going to be about 60 feet wide right now.
And you're in the process now of negotiating for the,
Yes.
does anybody have any questions to the request?
Can we give approval to property that's not owned by Sam?
I understand, and Roger can correct me on this, the request is for property he owns, correct?
Yes.
And he talked about maybe acquiring some property, different property, making this larger. But this request is limited to the property he owns, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Good question.
So instead of doing it all in one phase, I'll be doing it in two phases.
Right.
When I own the property. And the crazy part of it is that when I do own the property, I don't even need the variance. So,
Thank you, Sam.
yep.
Well, with that, do I hear a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move that case number 14-04, requesting amendments be approved as presented.
I'll second that.
Jones,
Yes.
Shook,
Yes.
Spar,
Yes.
Warren,
Yes.
Opperly,
Yes.
Betteridge.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thanks, Sam. Okay, our next case is 14-05. Lonnie Byers requesting a variance for a paved area at 1080 West Jefferson Street, zoned I-2. The required front setback is 35 feet. Requested variance of 25 feet will allow a front setback of 10 foot. The required side setback is 10 feet. Requested variance of 10 feet will allow a setback of 0. Lonnie, you want to step up and have Arlene swear you in? And
Okay, well, you know what I'm requesting, but, let's see, Roger, do you have that pulled up to 1080? There it is. What I'm wanting to do is, I just purchased this in November. I got this property, the old Formula Oil Corporation, and I'm trying to eventually move my operations and my business that I have at 750 West Jefferson Street down here, which will include, you know, the auto body and mechanical and also car sales. So in order to do that, with this road project that we have with the I-74 corridor and the Jefferson Street, I want to be able to place cars across the front, which will be facing I-74 and Jefferson Street, and also have parking available right here for the front of the office going into the building. This building is a building that I will be using for my operations. And this 1060 building, I hope to lease this building out eventually. But I'm going to resurface this whole parking area here. So, and I'm going to have landscaping. I'll have landscaping across the front of the building, and of course, this 10-foot area across this access road, we'll have landscaping there too. To try to beautify the property, it's kind of been a blight in the past. So I want to try to fix it up and make it presentable. Then, you know, if someone wants to lease this 1060 building for manufacturing or whatever, it'd be more presentable too. So, and it's got good eye appeal from I-74 and Jefferson Street.
And you're backing up the access road pretty much, so you're not really on a main road like
Right.
the other car dealers were.
Yeah, the right-of-way, we're quite a ways away from the actual
Yeah.
right-of-way, but there is an access road that's on the property line. And PDC or Grimm Brothers, they have a curb along this side here in concrete there, and we just want to go up to that on that side, but leave 10 foot on the front in landscape area.
Anybody else have any question?
Mike?
Yes.
Since this is in the interstate corridor, this would be a recommendation
Okay.
to the village
I was
board
wondering.
to do the final one.
Okay.
Monday night.
Yeah, I just have one real quick question. I know you said that you're gonna put landscaping in. Should we put that in here somewhere, Roger, that it's, is there a need for it?
He would have to do it by for me anyway, to get the building permit, because we have site plan review, which requires landscaping.
Okay.
So, I mean, you can do that if you
No,
want.
we
but-
don't, there's not need to,
Yeah.
no need to.
I think it's gonna look nice.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
place
that-
needed something done for 20 years.
Yeah, it's pretty rough right now. We're gonna re-side the buildings and at least the sides that are facing the parking area in the front, so both buildings, because they use these buildings for parking blocks, so they went into the siding and it looks pretty bad. So anyway, it's gonna be a big project, but that's what we're gonna try to do. And
Lonnie, where would you display your sale vehicles if you didn't have that front lot?
well, I will display sale vehicles across here, and possibly when I pave this and put parking, maybe put them out here too, along here.
Okay.
You know, the ones that are like overreach.
Yeah.
My problem is I came before the board in 2008 and was granted a variance to sell cars where I'm presently at 750 West Jefferson, and that's worked out very well, but I've outgrown it. So I need to expand, I need to get more property for the vehicles, that's why I bought this. So hopefully this gives a little more room to breathe.
Where do you plan on draining that lot then?
I've been in direct contact with Jamie Bowler with the stormwater, and there's already an existing trough that goes through here
Okay.
out of concrete, and it's gonna be draining right where it is now.
Anybody else have any question? I hear a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I would move that we grant case number 14-05 under 1010 QC as previously stated.
A second.
Schultz,
Yes.
Spar,
Yes.
Warren,
Yes.
Hopperly,
Yes.
Betteridge,
Yes.
and Jones.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Variance, guess what, is it next Monday?
Good.
For the city?
Monday. Yes.
Okay. Okay, Roger?
The only thing I would have would be, in the event we have a meeting for next month, since it's Memorial Day, would be that following Tuesday, which is the 27th. So, I don't have any cases right now, but,
So we're not gonna have,
yeah, we should have, yeah, right, I guess we will have
okay,
Parker Fab
okay.
detention area. Yeah. That's it.
Mr. Newhouse, it's been a while.
Nice to be back among the living. Yes, thank you.
With
No,
nothing seeing you.
I have nothing for you.
Okay, with that, do I?
Before,
Oh,
I think we
sorry.
missed, did we get a motion to continue the first case?
We've got to republish it, so it's going to be
Oh,
like
you
a
got to
new
republish
application.
anyway, so you do as new. Okay, thanks, Roger.
Okay. Good to go? Okay, if I have for motion for, vote for adjournment?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we adjourn.
Could I have roll, please?
Give me a second. Did we get one?
Second.
Thank you. Spar,
Yes.
Warren,
Yes.
Hopperly,
Yes.
Betteridge,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Schultz.
Yes.
Thank you.
For adjourn.
Thank you.